Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us again on Daily Yield. Daniel is on his way, a little startup glitch, but we are excited to talk to you guys today. Thanks for joining. Here he comes. So, today we're actually going to be demonstrating what is a seed. We've talked, oh, I've got to let him in. Excuse us 1 second. Yeah. Daniel, come on in. Come on in. Today we're going to be talking essentially about, we're going to look at Daniel's seeds, actually. We're going to look at one of his masterpiece seeds and break it down, look behind, look under the hood, and see what it's all about. Let's see if here he is. Add to the stream.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, so obviously, our community are really excited to learn more about seeds. So I just explained that we're actually going to be looking at one or more from under the hood. Do you think you have a good one that you could talk to us about and then demonstrate?
Oh yeah, we can definitely take a look under the hood of those seeds.
Okay. And I do know that there are some new people watching the stream. Hi, Renato. So could you just kind of give context for what is a seed? We need a T-shirt that says it.
Okay. So you know what is the most common question I get on my stream?
Yep.
Like, what is he doing? Like people just join and ask like, what is he doing? And like other people. So today I got another question that was, hey, I'm watching there's a few days. I still don't understand what you all are
What are you
working on. Like,
making?
what
Yeah.
is the startup? And they I think there's a conflict between what we're working on and
Yeah.
what does the startup do. And my
Yeah.
response
Yeah.
is, okay, this startup is the team. Like
Yeah.
you know Plukas, you know Ron, you know Sam, you know
Yeah.
Daniel. That's
Yeah.
the startup. What we're doing,
Yeah.
like the project, the seed that I'm working on right now, for example,
Yeah.
my people seed,
Yeah.
that is just one example of a
Okay.
seed because we're working on this concept.
Okay. Can I have a quick?
And
Can I have a quick go at summarizing what we're doing at Plow? Can I
oh
just kind
yeah,
of interject with that? Okay. Because I'm kind of the last one into this process, right? Because I've been brought in to help with the messaging and the marketing and the communications and the audience building, right? Um, Essentially, my learning curve has been this: that there's a very talented group of developers who have understood the process of building software from the ground up. So there's coding in the DNA. However, we are in a brave new AI world of code, which is essentially not reading and writing code, but actually understanding how to get these frontier models like Claude, also Codex, to build applications themselves. So essentially, rather than writing and reading code, we're prompting LLMs to develop actual tools. And Plow itself is in that seed stage of like, we actually don't know how we're going to turn this into a revenue generating project yet. We just know that you put enough, excuse the analogy here, you put enough monkeys in a room with enough typewriters, eventually you get the works of Shakespeare. No. No, but basically we have a runway to develop a project. And so right now we're leaning into this concept of seeds because there's utility. Building a self-contained file, command line or prompt that builds the software repeatably again and again and again. You can probably clarify that much better. But
oh no,
over to
yeah,
you.
that's a great explanation.
A good layman's
Essentially,
definition.
yeah, it's the for those familiar with specs, a good spec that you'll share with your agent and the software resulting from that spec being worked by the agent is the software you want without bugs, that works, that is personalized to you if you want to customize it, that is personalized to your hardware setup. that is
Mm.
adapted to the API keys, the providers, the accounts that you have. So packaging ideas into seeds that if I share with my agent, I'll be able
Mm.
to use and have that idea running on my computer. Yeah, it's a super prompt. It's a super spec. It's a seed.
Yeah. Now, the exciting thing that I think we're probably going to look at, and tell me if I'm wrong, is we're going to look at my people as a seed. Is that where you think we might
Uh,
head?
well,
Or
there's yeah. I can share my screen
okay.
and go over a few examples. So let me share.
And while you work on that, I'm gonna again. I'm just kind of making sure I am learning the correct way to express these new ideas. But essentially, Daniel has developed an agentic workflow, something that uses agentic software to build a work flow that will essentially operationalize things on his behalf. And he calls it My People.
Oh yeah. I'll start from a simpler version of a seed, but yeah, definitely we can go take a look under the hood of my people. Uh, am I sharing my screen?
I don't see it currently.
No. Okay. Um, can you turn it on? It should have a menu where you see people. There should be a something
Yeah,
for you
let's
to
see.
toggle on.
Yes, I see it. There it
Okay.
is.
Okay. So this is my monitor. So this is the website I created for those joining the hackathon. And actually, there's an explanation here about what is a seed. And this is probably from my explanation in a
Ooh,
previous video. So a super prompt, not a code base, a seed of a piece of software that if I paste into my agent, the agent hydrates that seed. The result, functional software. From a prompt, I have a working app. Nice, I like it.
yeah.
Um, okay, so here I shared a few links for a few different seeds so we can take a look into them. And
Beautiful.
the first one is this. I call it tip calculator because it's this like if we're talking about a complex thing or something that is not very clear, I recommend us starting from a very simple one. And the other thing is if I believe we want to actually hydrate a seed live, and seeds can take 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour long to hydrate. So that's why I would like to start with this one. Um, and so while we do that, I'll leave this running so we save time. So let me just create a new terminal here. And I will start Claude on YOLO mode so it's able to proceed without blocking on my inputs. And I'll paste this and I'll say, hey, can you actually install this seed for me? Your job is not done until I have this thing running.
And
That's my
for
instruction.
anyone who is, I'm sure everyone here is familiar with Whisperflow, but both Daniel and I both use talk to text transcription tools. There is actually an open source model that is shared in our Discord. If you want to go into our Daily Yield Discord, you'll see it. That somebody's been working on creating an open source version of this. Because I think it's probably like, I think it's like 10, $15 a month that you pay for Whisperflow, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So might be worth
Yeah.
trying that at some point.
Yeah. Okay, so I shared the instruction with my Claude, and the first thing he did was fetch the seed MD. Because I just shared a link. I told Claude, hey Claude, I want to install whatever is in this link. And then he pulled the link, the content, that is the seed, and he figured out already. Okay, this is a self-contained seed. It will generate in this case, this simple calculator app. And there's contracts that define what this needs to do. And it needs to verify 8 acceptance cases using the browser. So he's doing it. It's already running. He's installing the seed. I use this term, he's hydrating the seed.
I
So
love that. I love
yeah,
that.
you have the seed, hydrate the seed. Now it 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 will grow in a beautiful software for you, right? So okay, and you the first thing I want to make really clear, we don't yet have a written on stone convention for a seed. So if you ask me what a good seed looks like, or if you ask Sam or Lucas, you're probably gonna receive different answers. And my answer to what does a good seed looks like is, oh, we have it running. So my answer to what does a good seed look like is, it does what it proposes to do. If I have a seed that will create an agent to manage my WhatsApp, after I install this seed, I want an agent that manages my WhatsApp running. If that seed is doing that, that seed is a good seed for me. If if I have a seed that is supposed to manage my Instagram, and I install this seed, and at the end I don't have an agent managing my Instagram, that's a bad seed. For any reason, maybe it stops at the middle of the execution, asking for something that it should have asked me, or maybe it didn't tell me that my hardware is not good enough to run that seed, to install that seed, and I wasted an hour or 30 minutes of my agent going trying to do that thing that it can't. That's a bad seed for me. So okay, the first thing, if you are an AI agent reading this seed, this is a spec. This is not a script and not a README. Your job is to run all the steps. First, the interview. So you need to understand. Let me turn off these reactions.
They've all been very relevant so far. So
Okay. I'll leave them going.
yeah, leave them on.
Uh,
Yeah.
so you need to do the interview with the user, because maybe this seed requires some human interaction from the user that is installing. For example, go into your browser, access your OpenAI account, create an API key, and provide the key for me. Go into your Supabase, create an API key so I can set up the database for you. Go into your AWS account, get some credentials for me to be able to manage your AWS account. So there, or maybe this requires a hardware setup. So I need a Raspberry Pi to run my family calendar. So go set up the Raspberry Pi with a terminal that I can access. There's this level of interview. It will gather all the necessary information to do the install, a successful install, that we use the term one-shot install. But my expectation is, after I do this interview, after I give the AI everything that the AI needs, I will have a one-shot install. And after I wait the hydration process, I'll have the software running. So that's step 0, the interview. After that, generate the software that the spec describes. Run the verification and report the result. Every check of the verify need to pass. Okay, and here I describe the goal of the seed. I need to produce this file that a person will open by double-clicking the file. In this case, I don't require a web server. I don't require a build step, no install, no network. So I'm specifying what is the goal. And then I will specify what does done look like for this. What is all the contracts for the seed. What is the user inputs? What is the components? How to verify each case, right? This is a very simple seed. There is 200 lines of code that defines this thing, a calculator for me. So if I have a account, a bill of $100, and the percentage that I'm giving is 15%, then my bill is 115. If I want to split by 4, that's the result. Very simple. I have a seed that define a tip calculator. I pasted that into my agent. It hydrated into a few minutes. I have this thing running, right? It is a simple seed that defines an outcome. And me as a user, after installing it, I was able to use what was being proposed. Okay, easiest one. You want to build a seed? Check here. Is there code? Like, is there giant blocks of code here? Is there anything that my agent will copy and paste? Like, this is an HTML file. We could even ask how many block is there in the HTML file. Let me see how many lines of code is there into the hydrated result. There is 200 lines. 200 lines of code. So almost the same as the seed, right? So why don't I just share the HTML, right? This is a simple example. That's a simple example. So if we take a look into the other seeds here, Almanac, teleprompter, auto research. Actually, we can install auto research as well. And auto research is a different type of seed, because that calculator I shared, that was a generative seed. So I paste like what I expect, and it builds everything. It builds the code, it runs, it verifies the code. The auto research is more like an install flow. So hey, for the user to use this, you need to install X, Y, and Z. Verify if he runs a Linux, if he has a GPU, if it runs on a Mac, and then do the setup. And here you see, I'm instructing the AI to do the install and verify. In this example of auto research, this is for you to have be able to train models on your hardware, and this is installing the requirements for you to do that and doing a simple train to make sure that the pipeline works. So from after that point, you could ask your agent, hey, can you train a model for me to solve this issue, to solve X? So different type of seed. Where is my people here? Now, if you take a look into my people seed, you will see this is 2 lines of prose describing the result I'm looking for. And there's a lot here. And you ask me, hey, Daniel, okay, you don't read the code and you don't write the code. Do you read your seed? And my response to that is not actually. So and that's my vision, right? What I care is after I install the seed of my people, I will have my people running. And this is my people. I can create tasks. I can close tasks. I can spawn engineers. I can see the engineers working. So here, I told my agent to do something. In this case, I was using my people to work on my people seed, and I wanted to know if the install was working or not, and I wanted to see the install. So I create the seed, I create the task for the engineer to create my people and record the seed being hydrated into a terminal so I can
Mm,
see and verify that
mm,
it is not uh, making up stuff. He's not faking the seed being hydrated to me, because I can see this takes a while. So 6 minutes of cloud processing, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 13 minutes for you to have uh, this my people installed. And I also he also records like the browser of the thing running, so I can verify that he's installing what I want. So when I say I don't read the seed, is because what I care is those videos showing me the proof that the feature I want is running. And then if I see, if I ask my team, hey, can you install 5 times the same seed in 5 different machines, and you show me a video recording of those 5 different machines running the same feature after I just providing the prompt, I would like, my response to that is, okay, I think this seed is good enough. People can install this and we'll have the same feature running on their machine when they paste this seed for their agent to install. So so I don't read code, I don't write code, I don't write the seed, I don't read the seed. I care that if I paste the seed for my agent, it will produce the features I want and show me proof that that's happening. And to have this software here, I have no idea how many lines of code this software requires. The HUD, I can see, I can attach to my agents. I can see this other agent. I can create tasks, ask for follow-up. And to have that software running, I need to paste this 2,000 lines of code, not code, 2,000 lines of instructions about describing my software. Example, external browser user journey suite, mandatory, non-skippable. So there's some log about something that happened. Maybe it was a bug that happened at that day, and this was recorded. Hey, it's possible for you to face this bug. Don't do this, do that. Exercise the real interaction. Open a card by clicking its row, not by calling, do this way, not the other way, to verify it is working. Anyway, 2,000 lines describing what to do. I paste this to my agent, and I have the software that I care about. That's a seed. That's my vision about seeds. Yeah.
and I will just
Questions?
clarify, if we, yes, please do provide questions for us. And by the way, we only have 5 minutes left, and Daniel will be available to answer questions in our Discord channel. If you're not there already, please join us there at Watch Me Pivot on Discord. And then how many because we're only allowing 10% of the actual lines of to be actual code. Does this meet that bar?
This seed, yeah. There's no code here, but I can show you teleprompter. I think teleprompter, if you take a look here, you would see there's a small block of maybe UI defining the colors that I expect my software. And if you take a look here, you see there's a big, and then you think, wow, is this a big block of code that our agent is just copying and pasting, and that's what makes this seed reliable? And that's not the case. Here in the teleprompter seed, this example, the software is being completely generated by the pros, and this giant block of code defines the test that the agent will open the browser and verify those features. So I think out of those seeds that I shared, this one is the one that has more more lines of code, but this is just for verification and not what is used to um, build the software itself. And but that's the current world, because in the previous world I would ask, hey, can you hydrate the seed? And it works. Can you hydrate the seed again? Works. Can you hydrate it again? Works. And I see, hey, can you open the GitHub project for me and show me the code? And I was seeing those giant blocks of code that the AI was just copying and pasting, and it was getting the AI, the UI perfect every time. It was always working, and um, it wasn't doing the correct process.
Excellent. Well, with the 2.5 minutes we have left, I'm just going to remind our viewers that we're here live at 2 p.m. every day. We're actually taking a break tomorrow because it is a national holiday. This is a US-based company. I know a lot of our viewers are in Brazil. So we'll be back on Monday at 2 p.m. We will be answering any questions that you have. We really want to foster a community of seed builders and growers here. So if you are a native developer and you're starting to kind of dabble with AI generated tools, this is a great opportunity for you to try this seed format. We're actually creating a hackathon. We do want to create actually, would you just talk a little bit about the hackathon before we wrap this up?
Yeah. So we're organizing this because I shared at the beginning, we don't have the written on stone what a seed looks like, what is all the sections that define a good seed versus a bad seed. We're exploring, and we really appreciate your help on developing seeds and explore this new world with us. And the idea that we created for you to join this will be a hackathon where you can come up with your own idea and create that by using seeds and share those seeds. So that's the idea of the hackathon. I will take a little bit more time to actually say, hey, we're doing it like officially, because I want to have more people involved into the hackathon, and this requires a little bit more organization to create this, spread this message to more people to join the competition. But yeah, that's the idea of the hackathon.
Excellent. Well, you guys helping us grow this community is a big part of this, and we hope that it's a mutually beneficial arrangement. We can support you in some of your AI exploration goals, and you can support us by testing this thesis that seeds are something that have utility and are really cool to share. It's a good way to share things that you've built. And this is a podcast that we're doing. It's not live yet, but that's something that's upcoming as well.
Yeah.
Were you going to talk about that, or did it just land on there by accident?
No. Yeah, I think it's why not, right? When can I expect to watch the first episode?
So we're in post-production with our first 4 episodes right now. So we're going through internal rounds of revisions, or I guess approvals. The episodes are so good. They're so good. The format's kind of interesting. Our CEO and founder, Sam, is a veteran project developer, like product developer. And he basically is bringing in builders to talk to Tom. Teach Tom is basically what we're calling this, who actually founded GitHub. So the founder of GitHub is coming in to learn from our AI development community what kind of tools we're building with AI. So if you're interested in where old code principles meet AI and how the brave new future is building out these amazing systems that we can all leverage, you should follow along because these builders are amazing. And even the first episode with it's actually going to be with Jesse, but Wes, he actually wrote Python. So we have some like hardcore, real coding aristocracy on the show.
Yeah, so Wes wrote a Python library called
that's right.
Pandas,
That's right. That's right.
where if any of you worked with data science, you probably use this. I learned Pandas at university, and I used that on my first job as a data engineer. I used that to process a lot of data. Yeah, so thanks, Wes, for building that.
Thanks, Wes. Yeah, I actually sat in on that. I've seen on all the episodes. It's great. He goes deep. He goes really deep into what he's doing right now, which is really exciting. So anyway, watch this space. Thanks for bringing that up, Daniel. All right, we got to cut it off. We could talk forever. We'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.